Another rate increase this year, and you haven't even used your Medicare Supplement plan yet.
In today's video, you'll learn how insurance companies raise their rates, which companies tend to go up the most, and why they all go up typically every year.
And the second complaint is when people switch their plan. They find out later that they cannot switch back, or if they can switch, the rate is really high.
Now stay tuned to the end of the video where we will discuss if you should start with the least expensive Medigap, or perhaps even a Medicare Advantage plan, and the rules of switching. Hi, I'm Chung.
And I'm Chung. Let's first clarify the rate increases between a Medicare Supplement plan, or Medigap, versus a Medicare Advantage plan, or Part C of Medicare. Clients usually don't complain about the Medicare Advantage rate increases. Kai, why is that?
That's because Medicare Advantage plans receive a subsidy around $1,000 or so per member per month from the government. Medicare Advantage plans also replace your original Medicare plan, meaning they override your Medicare plan and have every right to authorize or deny your claim, or change your network of doctors or hospitals, thus controlling the cost.
If you're confused about the difference between a Medigap or Medicare Advantage plan, please watch our other videos in the description below.
Now to be clear, Medicare Advantage plans do have rate increases, just not every year like a Medigap or a Medicare Supplement plan. However, it's generally not in the monthly premium. They reflect the increases in their copays. Since the insurance company receives financial help from the government, you may not see the Advantage plan premium or copays go up at all, or very little. Now in some years, they might even go down. However, you must check your annual notice of changes, otherwise known as ANOC.
Right. Whereas Medicare Supplement or Medigap plans do not receive any financial help from the federal government. Rather, the insurance company depends on Medicare to pay first, typically the 80%. But most supplemental plans are on the hook for the entire 20% of the bill. Therefore, unlike the Advantage plans, the Medigap plans cannot deny your claim. The supplement carrier must pay what Medicare doesn't finish paying. And the second reason Medigaps typically go up yearly is that all individual Medigap plans are standardized, except for Massachusetts, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. This means that the insurance company cannot change your plan benefits or network. There's never a network for standardized Medigap policies because Medicare is your primary, and you can go to any doctor in the US that takes Medicare.
Now let's combine the fact that we're getting older with the reasons Ann just mentioned. If the insurance company cannot change the benefits or network, and they're not getting any money from the government, like the Advantage plans, what risk are they taking on then?
Higher risk, of course, but some of our clients have asked, how can the insurance company raise their rates, especially if they are healthy and on a fixed income?
Good question. Remember, insurance is all about risks. Now, think about your car insurance. For example, we have two teenagers.
Oh, please don't remind me.
I know, but the point is, if they're on our car insurance, what will happen to our rates?
It's going to skyrocket like my blood pressure.
Now, why do they charge so much money for the teenagers when they don't have a job? And we tell the insurance company that our kids have never gotten into a car accident and they're jobless. Will the insurance company care? No, it's nothing personal. It's not that the insurance company doesn't have sympathy. We all agree and understand why insurance companies have to charge so much for teenagers because it's all due to risk.
Right. That's why you're going to take the risk in teaching them how to drive.
Sure, no problem.
Now, regarding risk, choosing a plan that has no deductible, like the Plan F, will have the fastest increase.
That's why we always say the F in Plan F stands for faster rate increases.
For those that were eligible for Plan F before January 1st, 2020, we typically recommend a Plan G rather than a Plan F.
Now that's because Plan G has a small Part B deductible of only $226 for the year. Therefore, you have a plan that's more grounded when it comes to rate increases.
So Plan G for grounded?
Well, yeah, I know it sounds corny, but it works.
Okay, so why not choose a high deductible G, K, or L plan?
Well, you could, but that's risky. There's a chance you cannot upgrade back to a Plan G, which we will discuss in a bit. First, let's discuss how they raise the rates. We like to refer people to the government guide called Choosing a Medigap Policy. Let's take a look at page 18. First, start with community-rated plans. Generally, the same premium is charged to everyone who has the Medigap policy, regardless of age or gender. Premiums may go up because of inflation and other factors, but not because of your age. So what this means to you is a lower increase per month, generally around only 5% or so due to medical inflation. However, a word of caution. The carriers that do this usually will give you a discount, but then they will slowly take away a percentage of the discount each year. Now, sounds confusing? This is why our clients call us. Now, if you do work with us, we'll always be transparent and explain how they increase along with the discounts. In other words, if we add the decreasing discount into the equation, your increase might be closer to 5 to 10% per year with those carriers.
The next is issue age, also known as entry age rated, which means the premium is frozen based on the age when your policy got issued. Here it states, premiums are lower for people who buy at a younger age and won't change as you get older. Premiums may go up because of inflation and other factors, but not because of your age. Sounds like this is the best option, right? Well, in most cases, the issue age starts off higher than the other two rating methods. In some cases, the rate starts off so high that even with the increase, it tends to be the lowest, say around 3 to 8%. The higher initial premium might take you 5 to 10 years to break even. Also, in many states, including California, there are very little to no companies left offering issue age rated plans due to initial premium being too high and the lack of sales.
That's true. Now let's take a look at the most popular and the one that get the most complaints. Attained age. As mentioned in its name, the rates will go up as you attain a new age. Now, notice the warning from the government guide. They may be the least expensive at first, but they can eventually become the most expensive. Yes, age, combined with inflation and other factors, usually pushes these plans to have double-digit rate increases. We have seen Plan F to have a range of 15% to 40%, and Plan G to range on the low end of 8% to 30% or so.
So which insurance company raises the rates the most? It depends on which of the 3 rating methodology the insurance company chooses in your state. Yes, this can be confusing since you might have a carrier that is issue age in one state and attained age in another state.
And once the company chooses that methodology, they cannot change that method on you. They also have to get that rate increase approved through the state commissioner. Which brings us to another point. Now, you may have heard some other brokers saying that they prefer to go with a national company, since the rate increases will be less with a larger company due to the larger risk pool. And the smaller the company, the more loss that they will show because they have a smaller risk pool, therefore a higher potential for more increases. Now, while there is some truth to that statement, it's not always the case. Some companies that are national will purposely open up a sister company they created or partner with to entice you with a lower rate. And they eventually close that book of business, which prevents the healthier and the younger people to come in. Well, if they do that, what happens to the risk pool? It becomes a higher risk because we don't have the younger and healthier people. Bottom line is this. By playing this game, we have seen increases as high as 40% in 1 year, yes, with a national company. Now, also in some cases, if you go with a carrier that's too big, carriers that sell all types of insurances like employer plans, individual ACA plans, Medicare Supplement plans, Medicare Advantage plans, Part D and so forth, you might be on the phone for a couple of hours during open enrollment. So in some cases, the size of the company might be too big. Some clients have said, what's the big deal? They always raise the rates and I can just change every year, right?
Yes, they all go up, but choose wisely. In most states, except for Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, and New York, require Medigap insurers to sell policies continuously during the year or for at least 1 month per year. But most states do not allow guaranteed right to change every year once you have passed your initial 6 months open enrollment. In order to change your Medigap to another Medigap, you must answer health questions. Typically, you are not charged a higher rate. You either pass or you don't.
Now, 2 more points to consider regarding the cheapest Medigap plan. You will be older, especially if your state allows you to switch throughout the year or if it has a birthday rule like here in California. Many insurance companies will jack up the rates, not because of your health, but because of your age to prevent you from going with them. Why? They want the younger, healthier Medicare clients. The older, the more risk. Think about it this way. Do they really want $100 to $200 per month when they could be on the hook for thousands of dollars in claims?
Going on to the final point to consider if choosing the cheapest Medigap plan is best can be summed up in one word: hassle. We've had other agents tell our clients that it's no big deal. Just get the cheapest plan and shop around each year. Think about this. How many of us shop around for a new car insurance or home insurance policy every year just to save a few dollars a month? Most of us have had the same company for years, if not decades, and medical insurance is a lot more involved. Do you really want the hassle of changing your plan, filling out an application, getting a new card, calling up your doctors or hospitals and telling them to update your file with your new insurance company? So what type of person are you? Would you rather choose the cheapest attain age rated plan and see what happens? Or would you rather look into a community rated or issue age rated plan?
Now, and before we discuss if it's best to switch to an Advantage plan and if one can come back to a Medigap, perhaps you can explain to the audience their next crucial step after learning how the carriers can raise the rates.
Yes, the next critical step is to work with the right broker. Many brokers only represent national companies or certain carriers that they want to sell. How that might affect you is you don't get to choose a company that might be issue age or community rated. We represent over 50 plans and can assist you in 50 states. There are also some agents that are not brokers, meaning they only represent one carrier. So think of us like a shopping mall. Not only do we contract with many companies out there, but everyone in our office is required to be completely transparent and unbiased. We also only focus on guaranteed income and healthcare planning. Yes, all of our clients are either approaching retirement or in retirement. We don't just dabble in Medicare like some other agents that sell all types of insurance policies like car and home insurance. How this affects you is you will have the confidence that we will get you the best plan to fit your needs.
So for the final question regarding can one switch back to their current plan, some clients have said they are sick of the rate increases and they are very healthy and rather just buy a Medicare Advantage plan to save money. We actually just switched a client that had a Medigap for over 5 years and switched over to a Medicare Advantage. Now, if you work with us, we will make sure we carefully walk you through our 5-point checklist to make sure it is in your best interest to switch. Now, to learn more about the 5-point checklist, please watch this video up here and we will also leave a description below.
One of the main points in the 5-point checklist Kai mentioned is regarding the rules of changing back to a Medigap. Keeping it simple, you must have the following: either a special event or you must pass the health questions. What are the special events? Well, watch the video Kai just mentioned. If you're not okay with that risk, you should not change to a Medicare Advantage plan. If you don't mind taking that risk, like we mentioned earlier with our recent client, then changing to a Medicare Advantage plan can save you thousands of dollars. We discussed this cost comparison between the Medicare Supplement plan and the Medicare Advantage plan in this other video as well, which again, we'll leave a link in the description below. So make sure you're subscribed so you will be notified when we release our new videos.
The biggest issue we have is why doesn't the federal government or the individual states require the insurance companies to put this in their advertisement or websites? Why don't they require the insurance agents to verbally discuss how they will raise the rates? Now, if we were on Medicare, we would be so upset to find out that there's never a legal disclosure needed for this topic.
What do you think? Should this be legal? Should the insurance companies and agents be allowed to not disclose how the companies raise their rates? Please let us know in the comments below.
So many people do not know about community, issue age, and attained age rated plans. So by clicking the like button, subscribing, and commenting, what this does, it allows the YouTube algorithm to push this video to other people that need to know this hidden information.
But if you are still unsure if a Medigap or Advantage plan is still best for you, click one of these 2 videos we discussed earlier.